Well, joining me live on the broadcast this afternoon is my colleague Sarah Konyak standing by for us. Well, Sarah Konyak, all stakeholders there not taking a chance and leaving no stone unturned. So are we seeing a progress now in terms of the Naga peace talks? Is it inching closer to get the agreement and make everyone happy?
Yes, Aaron, like you have rightly stated, we can say that things are moving on the right track. Well, this is what is being made to understand to us on the surface of the talks. Since we are not party to the talks, and what transpires in the meeting has not been made known to us in details. But yes, definitely, Aaron, on the surface, things seems to be moving on the right track as, like you have mentioned, all the stakeholders to the Naga peace process are working out every formula to ensure that there is a final inking to this decade-long issue at the earliest time possible. And also with all the rapid meetings which have been taking place in the last few weeks, where the core committee led by the chief minister himself had left for Delhi last week and had a series of meetings with the negotiating parties as well as with the government of India representative, where they have once again conveyed to the government of India, that a compromise formula has to come about in order to resolve this issue. And to what we have been made to understand by the leaders, especially Mr. Azunino, who is also a member of the core committee, he has stated that the government of India is ready, is going full out to accommodate the demands of the negotiating parties, especially with the NSA and IM, and the government of India is ready to allow the Nagas to use the Naga flag in cultural programs, and as well that the Yizabo, which is the Naga constitution, will be incorporated in the Indian constitution. But the big question which still remains here now is that, Aaron, the demand of the NSA and IM is still very firm that they will not accept any solution without the flag and the constitution. Now the offer of the government of India is a little contrasting, because the NSA and IM, in their recent press statement, although they have stated that they do not oppose to an early solution, however, they have time and again reiterated that the Naga flag is an integral part of the Nagas, for the Nagas. So the big question that still remains is that whether the NSA and IM will accept the offer which has been made by the government of India. And also significantly, the NSA and IM chairman, Mr. Q Tuku, has called for an emergency National Assembly on the 31st of May. It is very rare for the NSA and IM to be calling a meeting of all the top guns or from the NSA and IM. And what we are hearing from our sources is that the meeting will be taking place at the Camp Hebron, which is the general headquarters of the NSA and IM, and the House is likely to take some big decisions, to take some key decisions on the 31st of May meeting, where the decisions will eventually finalize outcome of the meeting. The decisions will eventually finalize the fate of the Naga people. Back to you, Aaron.
All right, Sarah, I want you to stand by for us. Well, joining me over the phone is our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain. All right, do we have Wasbir Hussain on the line? All right, we will try and re-establish that line. But for now, Sarah, what have all the leaders arrived? What is the scene right now? Because it's about to be 2:30 right now. What's the scene like?
Yes, Aaron, as you can see right now, I'm standing outside the residence of the Chief Minister's complex, where we have just seen a few vehicles going. Mr. Nibakrono, advisor Haying, all the core committee members have just arrived. They are arriving a while back. A few of the key elected members had arrived for the meeting. We can see Mr. Kozuluzo Nezo, who is also the co-chairman and the NPF party leader, entering the Chief Minister's residence. So the meeting is all set to take place in some few minutes for now. The meeting will be attended by the Chief Minister himself, the UDA Chairman, Mr. T.R. Ziliang, Deputy Chief Minister, BGP Leader, and BGP President and Minister, Mr. Timchan, along besides the other elected members. What we are hearing is that the Chief Minister will be briefing the elected members on their recent visit to Delhi, of what transpired in the meeting. They are expected to deliberate at length on the issues, especially with regard to having a meeting with the NSA and IM. What we have learned is that the core committee members led by the CM will be meeting the NSA and IM, but we have not been able to confirm whether the core committee will be sitting with the top guns of the NSA and IM on or before the 31st May NSA and IM meeting, which is scheduled to be held at Camp Hebron.
All right, well, Sarah, just stand by for us again. And I think we have our editor-in-chief, Wasbir Hussain, on the phone. So, Wasbir, like Sarah just mentioned, on the surface, things look as if they're going in the right direction. So, are we seeing the Naga peace talks inching closer to reaching an agreement that will make everyone happy?
Absolutely, Aaron. The sense that I am getting since the last few days, last 24 hours to 36 hours particularly, is that the Naga peace process is likely to be appears to be inching towards a solution. That is what the sense that we are getting. Let me also go to our correspondent, Sarah Konyak. Let's have Sarah on the screen at this point in time. But this crucial meeting, this meeting is at this point in time is extremely crucial. The meeting where everybody is gathering at the residence of the Chief Minister, Mr. Nafurio, the core committee is meeting. Now, the core committee today is going to decide the final draft, one of the latest draft of the Naga peace talks that was arrived at due to after the series of meetings in New Delhi between the government of Nagaland, the Nagaland government leaders, with the interlocutor A.K. Mishra, Nagaland government leaders meeting with the NSCNIM, the NNPGs, and some of the Nagaland government leaders at a meeting with Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah as well. And we have seen also several other leaders of the Nagaland, at least one of them had met the Prime Minister as well in New Delhi. So the compromise formula, what is the formula that the government of India is offering? Now, the reliable reports indicate that the government of India is now willing to allow the Nagas to use the flag for cultural purposes. That is something which is on offer. The second point which is on offer is the Naga statute or Yozabo. It will find a reflection in some form in the Indian constitution. So these are the this is the offer, and that is what is going to be discussed in the core committee meeting today.
All right, well, like our editor-in-chief just said, it's a crucial meeting of the core committee to decide on the latest draft. All eyes on the meeting. As you can see on the screen before, we showed you that was our correspondent standing outside the residence of the Chief Minister. Complex and cavalcade of core committee leaders have already arrived at the meeting. So all eyes on this big meeting.